Mr. Lynch lives will be alive forever. Good morning, Mr. Minister, simply, or 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 simply. David, not Lynch. It's March 16th, 2025. It's Sunday in Naples. Today, it seems at the moment totally clear. Skynet in general, so seems it's lì ma fa vedere it's noon and it's noon 16 et 16 Susan ili kollek nii tõsise ibirsa ka koolik see katsikaji et usus for minter pies et selle part of segu trapson on numere ka võrru see number on nii supposin I'm sure that very say the remaining things for him. So it's sometimes more close to the show to change. It's a better perhaps paradox for you. It's better perhaps paradox for you. For me, I didn't do it so that I bridge. Prego su spring new and esame and magari things sono felice di spring fa che spring new su soft of sempre aggettivo se sono das si che aggettivo così che mi si ti mi o se finge su si finge da su del completo e sicuro mi si pratica se si ricorda mi fa se c'è sì radically very close to spring. In fact, it seems more spring atmosphere. And if it's still winter, similar to that text or media, therefore, it's a million points, spelling is media. So, we move to media. So, not shut letter, so we want to polish shorts at the freezing. Where the tech conference was where have to points. I was since I'm here started for the golden for a bit stare people. There is also second aspect, another aspect, paradigms in the case in general, in fact, performance in the past years. All'interno della sembra winter case in senso consideri buffa in this case an end part of winter in this inglese so così muffi aspects trovate con questi points in case in general for me temporary is good penso se riesci a capisci so some of these things is good and for people feel some sensations judgment for me what to say from where it should think of nothing for example you know with showers it's possible generally people take showers when this depends on them instead of sia today I say for sure the thing is just this is beautiful it's stesimo se can be some scusa mi stia Gary Fairman think at repeat the suggestion before 60 minutes finance così but really important thing is that we are anticipated just before today we have those beautiful Busca se non si scende sono dentro attualmente tuttissimo ma così se Gianni si viene di Valasis riesce il camatto si sono riesce vedenti una volta si viene video e conseguentemente guarda radical se non finisce non era for now we live them for other 6 hours and some minutes in comparison 6 hours and 30 minutes in comparison with an average completely differential when those series quindi che continua sono tre boss tu vai sono infatti also this beautiful per te also ne abbiamo niente also for me also Lewis better visible but also Lewis for me better visible but for me also Lewis better visible and it's just sequence of images better visible and dire diciamo sono si pensi come c'è And finally, Roma medical keeper injects 614 APG successfully. Olsun eski yönetimi için şutu. Questi molti people sono di forza essere individuali, non sono proprio esiste. Also in riserva, rosso schisa, and finally, I hope you at breakfast. So dates, in genere, adesso io possono essere venire fa un seguito, si usa slide late, sì, infatti, come si late, quindi per me, tipo lui forse si è tirato a fare con le parole, mi sembra che forse sta per fare come breakfast, quindi secondo me, questa scritta, per esempio dette regole di secolo sembrano stesso stasio tu devi vita non cose che regole non vai a fare per slightly just only pure nulla batte libera di show sempre attenzione a me also today fortuna di stesso non miliardi da sa we are sì Ecco qua, si sono settimana fa, absolut. Ja, es ist fix, es ist ein Schatz für die Diskus, das macht immer diese Dings. Also ich werde nicht zu den Schatz total ganz nicht auf Jersey. Was soll es gibt Schock, die Funktion come das von einer Short Frage mit wie eine Short. And within this I also the fact that the fact that the US back was about so that's really particular. Second thing is about serious fact if there are beautiful series that are con an Italian series for me they are at second place of position. Reporting because at the second place of position they are the palm Italian series. In fact, I truly recommend them because they are really superb. Ragazzi, tu non la suppose, fronte dai, fa che non ti trovo troppo di per 9 anni, sì.